So when you do some research, you realize that there is only one side that you can be on. The side of cannabis. Study finds lifelong cannabis users are healthy. In a study of nearly 1,000 New Zealanders, tracked over 40 years, people reporting nearly 20 years of consistent pot smoking did not show any signs of a decline in lung function, high blood pressure, diabetes, or any other deterioration of physical health. In fact, the only negative consequence researchers say was present in heavy cannabis smokers, as opposed to non-smokers, was more gum disease. We can see the physical health effects of tobacco smoking in this study, but we don't see similar effects for cannabis smoking, said lead study author Madeline Mayer, assistant professor of psychology at Arizona State University. There is no evidence to suggest that smoking weed on a regular basis, even if that means decades of daily use, has the potential to sabotage one's health in a similar manner to that of long-term use of tobacco. Interestingly, in countries that have legalized cannabis for medical purposes, some insurance companies have already begun to separate those who use marijuana from the same rank as their tobacco-toking counterparts, classifying patients who smoke weed for therapeutic purposes as non-smokers because research has shown marijuana and tobacco, while typically consumed through the same process, are actually very different when it comes to their individual aspects on human health. Despite these many positive findings, there are still those who try to fight against cannabis and invest a lot of money in doing so. A recent example is from the alcohol industry. It should be no surprise, Big Booze hates cannabis. Cannabis, notably safer than alcohol by every measure, poses a threat to the alcohol industry's bottom line. So it should come as no surprise that a recent report by marijuana.com, citing leaks from infamous whistleblower website WikiLeaks, shows that the alcohol industry is spending big bucks to get members of Congress to promote anti-cannabis propaganda. Marijuana.com found a leaked DNC email in which the alcohol industry lobby group Wine Spirits Wholesalers of America calls for accelerated funding of Section 4008 of the FAST Act PL 114-94 in the FY 2017 to outline impairment standards, document the prevalence of marijuana-impaired driving, and determine driving impairment detection methods. According to a February 2015 research report, Traffic Study Facts, published by the United States Department of Transportation National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the authors noted that while cannabis clearly impairs psychomotor skills, impairs cognitive function, its role in contributing to the occurrence of crashes remains unclear. According to a 2015 study, Comparative Risk Assessment of Alcohol, Tobacco, Cannabis, and Other Illicit Drugs using the Margin of Exposure approach, booze is 114 times more deadly than cannabis. In fact, alcohol is right at the top of the list of most dangerous drugs like cocaine and heroin. By a wide margin, cannabis is the least risky recreational drug. Thus far, most of the research provides striking data that contradicts the talking points cited by most of the anti-cannabis warriors, who are founded by the typical cast of bad actors, including private prisons, corporations, prison guard unions, police unions, big pharma, and, of course, the alcohol and beer industry. We have the facts for a long time now, and we know our history. There is always an ongoing ruthless tornado against cannabis and for no reason. Now is the time to make a decision on who you support. The people who are trying to create a better world by offering you what you need, or those who spread hate and fear. Speaking about tornadoes, be careful where you grow. A small tornado just struck a cannabis plantation in southern Oregon. Just look at the security footage. If you want to smoke some cannabis in a safe environment, just become a member of GSA, a legal social cannabis club in Spain. Also check out our other videos, subscribe for more news from the cannabis world, as well as GSA updates.